Very much looking forward to it. All right, it looks like Murloc Geniuses goes first and bans Zeratul. No big surprise there, right,
Yeah,
guys?
I mean, Zeratul, regardless of the map you're on, Void Prison is just so good, especially when you have a team that's as organized as Cloud9 is. You want to get that eliminated. And we see here for Cloud9 actually eliminating Uther as a pick.
I think today what you're going to see out of Cloud9 is they're going to ban Uther unless they know they can get the first pick. So in a first ban scenario, they'll ban Zeratul, and then or Tyrande, something weird like that. And in the first pick situation, they're always going to try to get Uther.
Well, I tell you, Uther is both good with and against Kerrigan.
Yes.
So that's definitely a smart one for this map. Now, we do have Murloc Geniuses picking up their first pick. Jaina, a super common first pick for this tournament so far.
Yeah, getting Jaina, she does so much damage, and obviously she can slow down the team if the other team's trying to escape. So she's really able to get in there and punish. All around, very strong hero. Obviously, she's very squishy. She dies very quickly. And we see the response to the Jaina pick is to take Kael'thas, which is similar as far as damage output goes. And Kael'thas can like stun in a sense, whereas Jaina mostly slows. But Kael'thas, very good. Usually picked second compared to Jaina. And not a big surprise here with Tyrande picked as the second hero.
Now Kael'thas is a really smart pickup because of how crucial it is to have strong lane clear, the objective, right? You summon these web weavers that summon minions with them and push down your lane. Having Blizzard, Cone of Cold, great to remove that. The Chain Bomb, also a very strong utility. But Tyrande, she has such a good kit, right? She has the utility of vision, and you mentioned the Gravity Lapse on Kael'thas. Pair that with Lunar Flare, that's a lot of lockdown.
Yeah, that is definitely going to give you some control in the fight. By the way, we have Johanna picked. Interestingly enough, Johanna picked before Leoric. Do you guys know why that would be? I'm not totally sure on that one. You know,
I do have to say Johanna, definitely a great character on the map as well. She does have a very quick lane clear, but she goes pretty well with Jaina, right?
Yes.
Like, the Condemn kind of pulls them in so that the Blizzard can actually land and deal that significant
That's
amount
a really
of damage.
good point. Yeah, you can combo out a lot of damage. You know, Blizzard is great because it does so much damage, but a lot of times they just run out of it. But you can definitely probably get the second wave to hit them if you combo that with Condemn correctly.
And I would like to see Zagar here. No, they're going for Kerrigan now. This is such a strong combo. You already talked about Condemn plus Blizzard. You throw Primal Grasp with the Impale on top of it, and it is just stuns and lockdown for days.
Yeah, and you know, taking up that Kerrigan, definitely when I play on Tomb of the Spider Queen, one of the scariest heroes to play against. Just rotating right through those little smoke screens, just jumping on you in a matter of seconds. Kerrigan, a fantastic pick here.
And the next set of bans going to be Zagar. We were talking about that earlier. Zagar is very strong on this map. It's almost like you're playing with map hacks because you get so much vision as to what's going on. And we saw the Arthas ban. Arthas, one of the more popular warriors. I wouldn't say like top 2 or anything like that, but definitely Arthas is somebody we almost always see picked in like the second half of the pick ban phase, right? When they're just kind of closing it out. So no Arthas here.
But Leoric gets picked up right away here from Cloud9. No big surprise there, of course. This guy definitely valued as one of the very top warriors in the game.
And I'm very curious to see how they're going to go with this next pick. It could be their support, just because if they say, you know what, we'd rather have Rhaegar or Malfurion. Yes, they do go for Rhaegar. This leaves their final pick reactionary based on what Murloc Geniuses opts to go for their final 2 picks.
So Rhaegar is the hero selected. I think that makes perfect sense. I think it's a good pick there for Cloud9. We got to see now, though, the last 2 picks here for Murloc Geniuses. They are not going with anything like that Illidan comp we had last time. So how would they close this out, Jake?
It's tough to say. I mean, they definitely need the support, so Malfurion makes the most sense to me, but we have seen Kerrigan used a lot more in this event. So if they're feeling confident, no, sticking to their roots, literally, with Malfurion. And of course, they have all that stun and lockdown with it, so roots will pair nicely here on this battleground. The last pickup, I'm feeling another ranged assassin. They do have a big front line already. Vala makes a lot of sense to me, or Nazebo if they do want to just really prioritize the control on the battleground.
All right, let's see what that last pick will end up being here. Have to be careful, of course. There is still 1 pick left for Cloud9, and it will be Vala, a ranged assassin, as you were mentioning, going to help with those lane clears and add a lot of damage on. Of course, really great in rotations as well. She just deals so much damage so quickly.
Yeah, Vala is just all around a very strong hero. Pretty good in pretty much any team comp, so not a big surprise there. The last pick is going to go to Cloud9. They're still deliberating on exactly which hero they're going to take here. Jake, do you have any thoughts on what the best pick would be to close this out?
I'm feeling a bigger front line. Muradin makes a lot of sense to me. He's so strong in this battleground, being able to dwarf toss over the wall. Reverberation isn't like gonna have the most effect versus like this composition, but it's still good. And they could spec more towards that Stormbolt if they do feel the need to do so.
All right, I like what you're saying there. I think that would be a great pickup right here. Taking a look at it though, do they really have anything that combos well with Tyrande yet?
I mean, the Gravity Lapse is decent, but Miranda is such a good pairing. Like
that's true.
I mean, and there it is,
Muradin.
The pickup.
You got it, Jake. You are the Miss Cleo of esports, man. You predicted everything right there.
That's what I do, man.
We are going to be starting this game very shortly. Again, it is Tomb of the Spider Queen. Just very briefly here, you need to collect gems. You need to deposit the gems without being interrupted during that deposit period. When you deposit those gems, then you summon web weavers, excuse me, and they do push the lane for you. So it's a pretty intense map. Also, the lanes are very close together, so you can rotate very quickly. And it's hard to see when they're coming at you in those lanes because they're blocked by smoke, so you can't see when they're coming. And no Zagara here, so these guys are going to have to be on their tippy toes the whole time.
Yeah, both teams have such a powerful rotation. Muradin and Tyrande very strong, and then you have that Kerrigan Johanna. It's going to be an aggressive game. I can't wait for it to all unfold.
All right, it looks like we're ready to get into that game, everyone.
Game number 2 is underway. Murloc Geniuses against Cloud9.
Over here on the left side of the map, in the blue, we have Equinox on Kerrigan, Matt Timmy on Malfurion, Faye on Jaina, Kath on Luck on Vala, and Fury on Joanna. Make some noise for Murloc Geniuses. And their opponents on the right in the red. We have Dumbtrain on Rhaegar, King Caffeine on Leoric, Fan on Muradin, K1 Pro on Tyrande, and iDream on Kael'thas. Let's hear it for Cloud9. All right, already having a little bit of a fight here in the center. King Caffeine getting away just in the nick of time.
As this game picks up, not uncommon to any game in Heroes of the Storm. Usually a little bit of a fight in the middle of the map before we rotate into the lanes. They do have to get to each lane and make sure they're soaking up experience, because if you get behind early on, that can really catch up to you, especially when that level 10 starts to come into play.
Certainly the case. We do see a lot of rotating going on right now. Control in the middle is Cloud9, but Murloc Genius is coming down from the side. Nice stun going off on Kerrigan, kind of slowing them down from their clear.
As the game continues forward here, we do see no deaths just yet, just an exchange here. But it's important to note, just because no heroes have died, when that moment, excuse me, when we're in a moment like that, you got to keep an eye on the mana, because they can only tap the well every so often. So occasionally players that just burn out too many spells are going to have a problem when you get around level 4, level 3.
Oh, definitely the case. You might have to even go Hearthstone all the way back and heal up completely, and that takes a lot of time, and that will get you behind on these rotations.
As you can see here, oh, nice dodge there by everybody on Cloud9. Jaina's condemned, not connecting to any one player right now. Also important to note, no gems have been deposited yet. Usually when you have higher level teams, they wait a little bit on the deposits. I mean, if you're playing on lower level on a ladder or something like that, people try to drop off every gem they get, but here they bank the gems and then try to make one good play, turn them in all at the same time.
That's right, especially with rotations like we're seeing here. If you try to turn in right now, you're going to get behind them. They might just jump on you, and you're not going to be ready for that. So we do see both teams continuing to rotate, kind of losing sync with where they were at before.
As we continue on here, we are seeing the first turn in here by Fan, and wow, Murloc Genius is just not there at all. They got 14 gems put in there, so they're much closer, obviously, than Murloc Geniuses is to getting the first wave of web turners. Hold that thought, though. Kerrigan getting very low.
Huge combo going off on Kerrigan right there, but barely making it out.
Nicely done there. I was actually pretty sure Kerrigan was going to go down there. That happened so quickly, by the way. Really good focusing there by Cloud9. But Kerrigan does escape, and so right now it's pretty balanced as far as map control goes. I do like how we have, if we get a shot back down at the bottom, hiding in the smoke. Oh, we had Vala actually camping there for a long period of time, hoping to actually poke out. But nice job there controlling the bottom lane. By the way, bottom lane, not as important here as top lane on this map. Bottom lane, as you can see, the map dips down the most, so that takes the longest for the lane to push in. And top lane has the boss. Oh, hold up. Bella's going to go down. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice stun chain there by Cloud9. Really well done. Might even to be able to deny a little bit of soak down here, and obviously quite a few gems being dropped off.
As we see now, it looks like Dunk Train got to get 17 gems turned in right now. That's going to put him at 44, so that's 6 gems away from actually getting the map objective. That would be some great push potential for them.
Well, we do see, you know, Cloud9 with a small experience lead here. It's not the biggest deal in the world at the moment, but if they do hit that level 10 first, as we continue to say, that is a gigantic deal, so they can win any battle there. But here we go, and the stun chain once again on Kerrigan, going down in a matter of seconds. Beautifully done here by Cloud9.
Nicely done, Kerrigan getting absolutely wrecked there, and we almost have the turn it. It's actually only 3 gems away. You can see right now, Murloc Genius is just trying to deny, trying to stall. Are they going to get the turn-in, though? And they might want to actually rotate down to the bottom turn-in point. As you can see, Murloc Genius is trying to poke in here. Still delaying, still denying.
They just can't quite get it yet. A nice denial right there, but as they deal more and more damage here to Joanna, they may be able to get that turn-in. Nice kill there, though, by Murloc Geniuses.
I think actually Cloud9 getting a little bit greedy there. They're going to lose 2 heroes.
That was really well done by Murloc Geniuses. Kind of a little rally there, but still, they're only 3 gems off. That shouldn't be so hard to turn in.
Dude, look, they might get the entire turn in right now due to the greed here of Cloud9. Are they going to get the sell in? It's at 2, but hold on, there's 1 hero here with 44 gems. Oh, but nicely done there. Cloud9 ninjas the turn in there at the turning point that nobody was at, and so they're going to get the first wave of Web Weavers. That was some MVP play there by Cloud9.
That's right. Well, look at that. A lot of damage being put down on Jaina, trying to grab Leoric, but an instant Wraith Walk does secure his exit from that area. And we do have the Web Weavers for Cloud9 finally landing.
As you can see here, the Web Reavers coming down, pushing the lanes in here. Now, the first wave of Web Reavers in the game, not as strong as when we get later on here, but it's definitely going to be a bit of a handful here because, a bit of a handful for Murloc Geniuses because they're behind just slightly in experience. A lot of damage is going to be dealt here, and because we're so close to level 10, Cloud9 getting level 10 roughly when the Web Reavers are eliminated is going to give them a big advantage for a small period of time. They can always win the fight.
Well, right now we do see they're pushing this middle lane very strongly indeed. We have 3 Murloc Geniuses holding off this Web Weaver. They do lose the towers, they do lose the gate, but at least the fort is at full health.
As we can see, this is the twilight here of the Web Reavers being in the game, as they are now all cleaned up. We have not had much impact here with the mercenaries on this map, but that should be coming into play pretty quickly, especially with the bruisers on this map. You see a lot of that, occasionally even some greedy play where they try to capture the bruiser camp on the other side. But for the time being, it's going to be probably some conservative play. I think they're both going to wait out to level 10. Now, Cloud9's going to get level 10 first. Well, and Murloc Geniuses is just going to have to return in here.
It looks like Fury going to go ahead and try to turn his 50 gems. They are coming in, though, and trying to stop it. Leoric taking a lot of damage. Does Wraith walk out for the time being? Nice pull in there on Murden. Murden explodes. Quite a few gems being dropped.
Murloc Geniuses has so many gems right now. It's almost funny. Okay, so we have, 51 gems. Oh, sick. Nice shot by Tyrone with the owl. This is so well played right now by Cloud9. They just keep delaying every second, but I believe this turn is going to finish. Boom, there it is. Web Reavers are descending.
All right, well, that's a good turn in right there. Definitely don't want to lose all those gems on Joanna. The later it gets, the more often you're likely to die. So good job there. And hopefully they can get this level 10 right now. Looks like they will, not very far behind Cloud9.
And they are going to get the lane push coming up here. Important to note, there are a number of Murloc Genius players that have a good amount of gems. Now, when you're killed as a hero in this game, you drop your gems. So you can see 17 gems right there on Kathon Luck. You got to be very careful to not lose Kathon Luck in a situation like this. We've seen games where they get the Web Reavers to come out, and then they immediately deposit again after the Web Reavers die because they've collected so many gems. So you got to be very cautious.
Well, right now we do have a rotation down to this middle lane with Murloc Geniuses trying to push through these gates, but Cloud9 is right on their tails, trying to push us back and taking out that Web Weaver in a matter of seconds.
As we have level 10 achieved here by both players, it still could be a very even fight. We do see Leoric just barely ghosting out of there in time. Nicely done. Leoric, of course, one of the harder heroes to ever kill. Down here in bottom lane, the Web Weavers are actually tearing through. You got to be very careful not to lose that fort. That's really the only focal point. Everything is there to protect the fort. If infrastructure starts to go down there, it's fine as long as the fort is still around. Because once obviously the fort is taken out, that's when the lane really gets to get shoved in much harder.
Yeah, it's definitely a stop point that's going to clear out lanes very quickly. But they do keep all their forts. No forts going down yet this game, and it looks like it's time to grab some of these mercenary camps. A great time, really, because both teams have less gems than they did before.
And as we see here, Leoric, once again, always great to have Leoric in the front there. It looks like actually Cathon Luck might have burnt out the heroic ability a little bit too early there.
Yeah, trying to get that extra hit on Leoric and take him out. He does have over 20 gems right now, so it could have been a nice snipe, but not quite getting it.
We're going to have another turn-in over here as this will go completely uninterrupted. So 7 gems there. You know, we reset that. It's now 55 gems is the point in which you actually get to activate the Web Reavers. So it's going to be very important right now for Murloc Geniuses. It hasn't really been, they've been taken down in a while. I mean, they're pretty loaded with gems. As long as they can turn that in without Cloud9 interrupting, that would be pretty huge.
Well, you know, that would be indeed. We do see a turn-in here up at the top turn-in point.
Whoa,
and
totally uncontested here. Whoa.
Leoric gonna poke his head in, but a little bit too late, and Murloc Geniuses secures the Web Weavers.
Nicely done. Murloc Geniuses really testing the limits here of Cloud9. Remember, with this wave specifically, the forts are actually under serious threat. So if the forts go down here, that's going to be a pretty big advantage going into as we advance to level 20. That'll be pretty huge.
Well, looks like they're going after this fort. A nice Phoenix heroic going down from Kael'thas, trying to zone everyone out. The Web Weaver going to drop right here. They really want to try to save this fort. But with Murloc Geniuses coming in 5 strong, not sure they'll be able to. Nice pull-in right there. Absolutely. Oh my God, that Ancestral on Merlin. A huge save.
You can see Murloc Geniuses really trying to dive in there and do the damage with good coordination here by Cloud9. However, the fort is going to go down. So a victory there for Murloc Geniuses as they can now happily retreat, getting much better control of the center lane.
Look at this, Kerrigan trying to get in there, do some more damage. King Caffeine, solo, he does explode, but iDream is there to pick up his gems. Ring of Frost goes down, absolutely hits nobody, but a nice move here by Murloc Geniuses, who still have Web Weavers in both other lanes.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that battle went on for so long, they're going to lose bottom lane right here. So another fort goes down. Top lane is pretty badly bruised. We see middle lane here, nothing there, and up at the top. This is pretty exposed. Problem right now is not just that the lanes are weakened up here for Cloud9, but they don't have as much vision on the map, and this map's already pretty scary. People jump out and kill you all the time. So it's going to be very tough here for Cloud9. I think Murloc Geniuses is playing this very well, and we'll have to see what Cloud9 has if they're going to try to come back with this.
Well, you know, they definitely still have a shot in this game. They're going to be down about a level pretty soon here. But looking at both these compositions, I think they'll be completely fine as they enter the later game. They're still going to be able to keep up. Right now, we do have King Caffeine up here near this turn-in point, kind of just spying on what they're doing. But the rest of his team coming in. Looks like Dunk Train trying to get that turn-in. Oh, a nice stun chain, but beautiful ice block from Jaina.
And Jaina's going to be a little bit in trouble here. She dies so quickly. Meanwhile, we have Cloud9 Luck trying to back out. Good dash out there by Vala, but actually Vala might be in some trouble. She's got to go the long route. Whipped, stunned there by Tyrande, as Vala will manage to survive that. But had that stun actually connected, I think she would have gone down for sure.
Yeah, you know, that Luna Flare, sometimes it's hard to hit it, but when you hit it in that chase type of scenario, we already had Leoric, we already had Rhaegar going after her, so they tried for it, it missed. That's all right. Still, you know, it's pretty good for Cloud9. They have that turn-in.
Yeah, very nicely done. This is actually the turn they needed to have. So at this point in time, it's we're going to have to see how this actually works out. And team engagement is going to be key here because if, especially as we're getting later here, you know, death timer always longer as the game gets farther and farther along. So let's see how the team battle goes, because if Cloud9 can win this, that would be huge. That would be the way they could actually start to take out all the forts here.
All right, looks like right now we do have Johanna being targeted quite a bit. Doesn't take too much damage. His top Web Weaver going to be cleaned up by Murloc Geniuses quite quickly. Doesn't look like they'll be losing this fort, but they're going to have to rotate down to that middle very quickly.
And speaking of middle, that fort is taken out, and we do have the bottom lane unattended right now. So keep in mind, the longer this battle goes on, the weaker bottom lane is going to be.
That's right. We do have Cloud9 kind of pushing them, trying to keep them here, trying to keep them busy so their Web Weavers can kill off that bottom fort. Bottom port certainly taking a lot of damage at the moment, buying a ton of time here for those web weavers.
Yeah, you can see down here, nothing to help defend this, so that 100% is going to go down as Cloud9 is beginning to equalize this game.
These were some really great moves by Cloud9 to keep the pressure up there, buy the time for that bottom lane, and now they've gotten 2 of those 3 forts. So this was a really nice comeback set of web weavers for them.
Okay, so the web weaver phase is ended here. Keep in mind, actually, Mercenary is still pretty untouched here. This has been a lot of turn-ins in this game. It's funny, sometimes this map is very heavily Mercenary focused. Sometimes we don't see as many turn-ins, but here, there's been a good share of web weavers, so we see both lanes pushed in pretty heavily. Also, keep in mind, as this turn-in happens, there's a high chance they may go for, we'll actually post that a boss snag here up into the top lane. We haven't had any boss play just yet, but it's definitely something we want to keep our eyes peeled for.
Definitely got to be careful about that one. We'll see when they try to take the boss for the first time this game, but with that web weaver turn in, look at this, Cloud9 positioning themselves to take out this top 4, which means there will be no forts left for Murloc Geniuses.
We had web weavers coming out just a second ago, right? I guess this is happening again here for Cloud9 as they are just hammering through the defenses right now for Murloc Geniuses. This is going to be a problem. Murloc Geniuses is actually in a tough spot. Also, Cloud9's ahead. They're at level 16, and we're getting very close to level 20 here. Cloud9 is just forcing Murloc Geniuses to shrink on the map.
Certainly the case, but one cool thing about this map is the fact that as you get down to these keep areas, they're very close. You can rotate quickly on the defense. We'll see if they can hold on to everything, but Cloud9 pushing strongly at this top keep.
As they are continuing to push through right now, it's becoming worse and worse for Murloc Geniuses. Note the cautionary Cloud9 trying to back up. Murloc Geniuses is going to go in and try to engage here. Beautiful Ancestral. And now Murloc Geniuses being forced to retreat right now, but beautiful stunts going down as we have the first takedown.
Malfurion going down so quickly. It looks like Kerrigan should be going down as well. We don't get the luck, popping that straight, dealing a lot of damage, but Cloud9 relentlessly goes after this keep.
And this is going to give them direct access to the core. 3 heroes down.
I cannot believe that man jumped out of there, but he is coming right back. They are going after the core. It is a 5 versus 2.
And with players eliminated for this long, you can see the next player is going to be back in 12 seconds. I don't believe that's going to be enough time to actually save this core. It's getting weaker and weaker. You can see Captain Luck doing everything in his power to try to keep the core alive. And the core now down to about 30% health as it will go down this game. And this will be a 2-0 victory